My yaya is my grandma. Yaya is grandma in Greek. She's important to me because she takes care of me, loves me, and is always here to help. She loves to cook, and her cooking is amazing.
My person is Besaha. This person is important to me because he's in our family. And he's really nice and has an interesting life, and he's 90 years old. He's also worked in the TV industry in California. He's a World War II veteran.
My elder is my grandma on my mom's side, and I learned that my grandma moved here from Germany during World War II. And the artifact that makes me think my grandma is a spoon because she's always really nurturing.
My elder is Baka, which is grandmother in Serbian. During the Bosnian Civil War, my parents left the war to go to Canada, but she stayed behind. And during 1992 to 1996, her house got bombed 5 times. My grandpa, Bobo, fixed the house every time it got bombed.
My elder is Bruce, my grandpa on my dad's side. One interesting thing I learned about him is that he moved to Canada to escape having to go to war in Vietnam. The bicycle in my diorama makes me think of him because we always do a lot of biking together. He lives on Toronto Island and there's no cars there, so we have to bike everywhere.
I learned that my Grammy went back to university at 49. The motorcycle is for Grandpa because Grandpa loves riding his motorcycle. The hammock makes me think of them both because they love relaxing at the cabin sitting in the hammock. The picture reminds me of my Grammy because it's the family coat of arms, which is from her family side.
My elder is my grandma. I learned that at a very young age, she had a heart murmur, but thankfully she got it removed. My artifact is a bowl of spaghetti that represents all the delicious meals she makes.
My elder is my grandpa. He is an amazing man with many great accomplishments, from winning the Royal Fencing Tournament to raising an amazing family. In this scene, I have added a dog because my grandpa has had at least half a dozen of them. Also, he has a happy and fun-loving spirit, just like a dog.
My elder is Papa, my mom's dad. I learned that he was the first one in his family to graduate from university. The woodwork playing the part of the sun makes me think of my papa because he does a lot of carpentry.
My elder is my papa. He's my mom's dad. He has been a BC Lions season ticket holder since 1953. That was 62 years ago. Also, that was the first year the Lions started. The BC Lions coin reminds me of him because he flipped it at a game.
My elder is my Nana, my dad's stepmom. During my interview with her, I learned that her grandparents were Scottish and they were the ones who taught her about the value of hard work. The golden heart makes me think of my Nana because inside of the heart are my grandpa's ashes, and without my grandpa, I never would have met my Nana.
My elder is my grandpa. When I was interviewing my grandpa, he told me every day in the winter he would skate to work because he lived next to a big lake. The piece of candy reminds me of his crazy sweet tooth that he has, and how he always has candy somewhere hidden in his house.
My elder is my grandma. When I interviewed my grandma, I learned that she's always wanted to live in front of a waterfront house. I chose Mickey Mouse to represent our happiness and love for Disneyland.
My elder is my mom, and when I interviewed her, I learned that she moved here from Ontario after graduating college. The wooden spatula reminds me of her because she is the chef of the family and she always makes good food.
My elder is my grandma, my dad's mom. When I was interviewing my grandma, I learned that she was taught by nuns in an all-girls school. The playing cards make me think of my grandma because we always play cards together and she always has a new card game to teach me. My elder is my grandma, my mom's mom. I learned that my grandma had breast cancer and she survived. My grandma loves her cat, so I drew a picture of her.
My elder is my grandma. I learned that my grandma's father was in the Royal Canadian Air Force. My grandma loves the smell of lavender, so I put some in my elder box.
My elder is my dad. I learned that he met a bear in the forest at night. That was really interesting.
My elder is my nanny, and she is my dad's mother. Her background is Scottish, and she lived in Nova Scotia. Then she moved to Montreal and met my grandfather, and then she moved to BC. My artifact is a small dog because her neighbor gave it to her. She thought it looked like their dog.
My elder is my grandpa. I learned that he was in war when he was a kid, and life was very scary. In my box, I put a TV because we spend a lot of time sitting on the couch watching TV together.
My elder is my mother. I found out that she lived in 37 different houses.
My elder is my Auntie Karen. The tennis court represents the love for tennis we share, and the baseball represents when we watch St. Louis Cardinals games together.
My elder is Yaya. He is my granddad. I learned that he learned to cook by only watching cooks while he was washing dishes. Chopsticks make me think of my elder because pretty much everything he cooked was used with chopsticks.
My elder is named Karsten. I learned that he was a carpenter when he was younger. The trees represent his love for trees and being a carpenter when he was littler.
I learned that when my grandpa was little, he lived in Italy, and his sister had just died, and his family was very poor and could not really keep up their home. But then Nazis came to their house and made them live in their garage for 2 years.
My elder is my grandma, and I learned that when she was in high school, she took the train to school, and sometimes if she had time, she would go swimming in the morning before she went to school.
My elder's granny. When I interviewed my granny, I learned that she survived World War II. She was a kid then, so every time the bomb warning came, she had to run to a bomb shelter. I made a plane to represent when she migrated to Canada from Scotland.